family. We back. Sitting at the house, chilling, man. Just resting it on up. Resting on. Y'all know how we do it. Let's talk a little boxing, man. It's the third live today. We did one earlier this morning. We did one earlier this morning. Did one this afternoon, and now today. Wow. I'm sitting there watching this movie. Yeah, I'm sitting there watching the movie, man. We back. What's going on, Miguel Gomez with the Lick Read, man? You on the grind, coach? You on the grind, sir? Yeah, just I'm a little tired, but I just want 3 shows a day, man. We're doing 3 shows a day, man. Fuck it. 3 shows a day. I'm watching television now, man. Something I very seldom get a chance to do. I told you guys I really don't watch television, but whenever I do, I like to watch a movie. So shout out to my brother Retro, man. Retro, what's happening, man? Just sitting back, relaxing, man. That's all. What's good, man? What's going on, Daniel Rios, Nestor? What's going on, fam? Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bell. We say live again. Yeah, live again. Live again. Live again. Yep. One more again. Yeah, coach is on fire. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate surprise. I'm gonna start doing these pop-ups. I'm gonna start doing these pop-ups every day, man. Every day we just gonna do a pop-up, man. Every day we're gonna do a pop-up. Can you guys hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Rob, what's going on, fam? What Lick Read, fam? Nestor Ocho, Heavy Lefty, what's going on? Green P, shout out to Lisa Bells. G Stack 814, salute to you. AI, what's going on, fam? London Streets, yep. London Streets, man. Traveling Guy, Puga 214. All right. Jay Kamar. Sitting there watching Mission Impossible, I think. 702K, man. He said, can we talk about how Sulecki was going to knock out Talo? Hey, man, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Like I said before, Sulecki, like I said before, Sulecki, what I don't like about it was he postponed it. Why postpone that fight? You know what I mean? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. No, I haven't seen Top Gun yet. I think I'm gonna go see it tomorrow though. I'm gonna go see Top Gun tomorrow. Like, that's not a fight that you should postpone. You should have just, you see what I'm saying? Like, why postpone a fight with Sulecki? I mean, don't nobody want to see that fight anyways. I honestly believe, guys, this is what I believe. I believe that they was having, against the PBC, I believe that Jamal Charlo, they was having tickets, they was having trouble selling that fight. What's going on? As a matter of fact, let me do this. I think that they was having trouble selling that fight. I don't see the chat anymore. So let me look on here and see if for some reason I don't see you guys in the chat. Oh, there. No, I haven't seen it yet, but let me do this. I don't see the chat anymore. So. Oh, there you go. There you go. I see it now. No, I haven't seen Top Gun yet. I'm here to there. Kareem Jabbar, shout out to you, fam. Kareem Jabbar, man, for the super chat. Dropping that a half a dizzub on your boy. I appreciate that, fam. Okay, everybody can see me. Everybody can see me and hear me. I'm sitting there watching me. I'm trying to make sure that, Yeah. Here you go. Same with Tio versus Camboso. Why postpone it? Set it up here. No. Tio versus Camboso, I get that. I get the Tio versus Cambosos. What I don't get is Sulecki is very, very weak competition for Jamal Charlo in his life where he's at right now in boxing. You see what I'm saying? Like I said before, like Jamal Charlo has been a pro for 14 years. For 14 years, he's been a pro. Right? And at this level where he's at right now, there's no way that he should be fighting Sulecki. He's only fought one champion since he's been a professional boxer in 14 years. Go look it up, and I'm gonna help you. When he first became champion in the junior middleweight division, I forgot the dude's name. Boxing for Life. What's going on, fam? So that's what doesn't make sense to me. Why postpone it? Why they say, you know what, man? Because listen, it makes sense. Demetrius Andrade, and Jamal Charlo, they need each other. And the reason why the fight was canceled, from what I believe, yeah, K9, he fought K9, Melvin Everett. He fought K9. K9 5'6" tall. K9 is 5'6" tall. He fought K9 5'6" tall. 154 pounds. I think he stopped him in the second round or something like that. That's the only champion he's fought. So why postpone that fight? No, we don't postpone it. Say, look here, man, we need to get a fight, man. We'll be able to do what we need to do. These tickets ain't selling. Bro, like, listen, bro. Them people not walking around through Houston. They're not walking around through Houston talking about, oh, man, yeah, man, but I can't wait for Jamal Charlo to fight Sulecki. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. And this ain't hate, but just think about that, bro. It's some fighters get criticized for doing way more. It's some guys that get criticized for doing way more than what Jamal Charlo's doing. So hell, you talking about a person became undisputed, and they're saying he pillow fist, he can't fight. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Javon Soto said second show. No, this is the third show. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's people getting criticized for, like, it's people getting criticized for becoming unified in the division. People getting criticized for becoming undisputed. People being criticized for fighting 4 or 5 different champions. And then you have someone who's only fought one champion in 14 years. In 14 years. That's all I'm saying. I don't give a damn who it is. You fought one champion in 14 years? Okay, that's fine. But I don't have a problem with any of that. I don't have a problem with the cherry picking. You don't want to fight nobody. Okay, that's good. I ain't got no problem with none of that. The problem that I have is when they fans get online and try to tell me that this guy is a killer. He's a killer based on what? What are you basing it on? You base whether someone is a killer or not, you base that on whether they fought and beat other killers. How we know Ali was the greatest? Well, some people, like me, I say Sugar Ray Robinson was, but that's neither here nor there. But how do we know Ali was the greatest? Because who he fought. He beat George Foreman. He beat Joe Frazier. You see what I'm saying? He beat Ken Norton. You know what I mean? He beat on Ron Lyles. You know what I mean? Like, look at the top guys he fought. He beat Sonny Liston. You see what I'm saying? Like, he got in the ring, fought all the top 10 competition, when he had the belt. Bonavita. All of that stuff, right? He did all of that shit. You see what I'm saying? And this is the thing, right? And this is the thing. So you did all this stuff, right? This is how we know. How do we know Sugar Ray Robinson was the best? Look who he fought. How do we know Hagler? This and that. So who you fight matters. Who you fight matters. And then the thing is, they will make that same argument. For people who've done less. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you gotta, just go ahead and fight. I think that Andrade and Jamal Charlo, they need each other, bro. They need each other. And that fight makes sense. They were struggling to sell tickets for Sulecki. No people in Houston don't want to come out and fight Sulecki. They don't want to come out and pay. They can't get them goddamn tickets away. They can't get them tickets away. The fight was getting close. They saw, man, how many tickets we sold, man? We sold 500 tickets, dog. 500 tickets. The venue hold 10,000. Man, we sold 500 tickets, dog. Yeah, but the venue hold 10,000. Dog, we sold 500 tickets, dog. I tried to, man, we tried to give some tickets away, man, and that shit ain't even work, dog. We tried to get some tickets away. Red report. Oh, Green Eyes P, you already got that. Yeah, we'll report that. Yeah, I just reported that. That's spam now. Yeah, I just reported that spam, that's all. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, you got people who don't done less. And they get more praise for doing less. I'm like, nah, man, you know what I mean? It don't work that way, bro. Like, you know, and that's what you want to do, so be it. But don't be trying to convince me of that shit. That's all I'm saying. That's the crazy part about it. They be trying to, shout out to Traveling Trav. He said, how do you define resume in boxing? I personally don't count your current titles. My homeboy does. Help me out. You know, well, your resume is based on the level of competition that you fought. Like, how the level of difficulty. The level of difficulty. You see what I'm saying? The level of difficulty, like, okay, did you fight all the guys in the top 10? How many top 10 guys you fought? How many top 10 guys you fought? You see what I'm saying? That's what I look at. How many top 10 guys you fought? You know. And if you know, how many other champions you fought? You see what I'm saying? All that matters. I mean, listen, bro, we sit back and talk about that's how you define a resume. Who you fought? If you fighting people in the top, if you fighting ranked number 99 opponents, how many number one, like back in the day, like not even gonna say back in the day. I'm not even gonna say back in the day. I'm just saying just a few short years ago, you know, how it worked was, okay, how many, you know what I mean? Like, how many top guys you fought? Guys who are considered the top guys in the division, the best guys in the division. Have you fought those guys? Or if you haven't fought all of them, how many of them have you fought? If you haven't fought all of them, how many of them have you fought? You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. If you got a resume full of doggone hog head cheese sandwiches, that shit they ain't you know. I just don't like when they make the argument. I don't like when they make the argument, you know, to try to say that this guy's a killer because he fought a taxi cab driver. That's all I'm saying. I don't like, you know, okay, damn, how was he a killer? What is that based on? You know, what is that based on? Oh, y'all hit the like button. Yeah, absolutely. Like, what is that based on? Sitting there watching Mission Impossible. Wow. Y'all watching Mission. You see what I'm saying? He said, I count titles. I mean, all that stuff. Titles, level of opposition, you know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. The baddest killers, you know what I mean? Munguia is C at most. Yeah, that's another thing. Jaime Munguia. Like, bro, like, Jaime Munguia is worse. Jaime Munguia is, now you know what? I can't say he worse, but Jaime Munguia is just as bad. I just saw a video today while Oscar De La Hoya say, yeah, I'll make that fight with Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. And the problem is, I can work. I think he said I can work with Floyd Mayweather Promotions. That's not the problem. The problem is Al Haymon. So Oscar De La Hoya saying the problem is Al Haymon. He want to see can he get Al Haymon out the way. Of course, that shit ain't gonna happen, right? And then I can't take Oscar De La Hoya serious. Like, Oscar De La Hoya as a fighter is the total opposite of what he is as a promoter. Oscar De La Hoya as a fighter, he fought everybody. Promoter, he keep his fighters from fighting top guys. This is the same guy who moved out, who turned down the negotiations on the fight Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo, Al Haymon reached out to them according to what they put out there in the public. And come to find out, you know, they reached out to him, and then De La Hoya say, I want to make the fight fun. I just want the zone to be a part of it. Come on, it's only right, guys. It's only right. Pulled out of that fight, and then he was the mandatory to him and Janibek for to fight each other for the vacant WBO title, right? I think title. He pulled out of that. I'm like, now we got Jaime McGill fighting a hog head cheese. He fighting a hog head cheese now. How about, bro, you got 39 wins, 31 knockouts. How you got 39 wins, 31 knockouts, and you fighting hog head cheese sandwiches? He was the champion before at the junior middleweight division. Come on, man. Like Oscar De La Hoya, man, these promoters be messing stuff up, bro. You know, I talk my shit about Bob Arum. Y'all know how I feel about Bob, but at least we get the fights with Bob. I can't shit on Bob for that. I said, yeah, he do give us, you know, listen, if you're a champion over there, bro, if you're a champion over there and on top rank, everybody got to fight everybody. Now I can't hate on Bob for that. Yeah, he do make the in-house fights. But guess what? He got the top guys to make the in-house fights. So it's not like there's a champion over there with top rank and they not fighting nobody. No, you got to fight the other guy. I can't shit on Bob when it comes to that. Now, I got to be honest with that. Now you got to fight the other guy. But this shit right here, man. You postpone the fight with Sulecki. Now, shout out to my sister Lisa Bells. You postpone the fight with Sulecki. You don't postpone that fight. You cancel that shit. Now we gonna cancel this shit, man. Let me go ahead and get in contact with Andrade. That's something the fans, bro. Like, no one can tell me that they were. See, this is another thing. He said, "Are you still in Australia, coach?" Yeah, I'm still in Australia. Hopping on the kangaroo. He said, "Did you guys watch that New Way fight?" Go to my channel, man. I went live for that fight. Hey, Con, I went live for the fight. That video got over 50,000 views right now. That video this morning, we went live for the fight, got over 50,000 views right now. Hot take, coach. And New Way moves up in weight. I got him beating Steph and Leo Santa Cruz and Josh Ward in that 126 division also. I don't know about Steph. I don't know if his power, if New Way moves up. Leo Santa Cruz, yeah. Josh Warrington, I don't know. Because, you know, when you move up in weight, man, it's different sometimes. It's different. When you move up in weight, man, sometimes that shit don't be, you know what I mean? It'd be different sometimes when you move up in weight, but we'll see. I wouldn't mind seeing him become undisputed, though, to be honest with you. I wouldn't mind seeing a New Way become undisputed. He wasn't my favorite fighter, man. A New Way a motherfucker, man. But now he did, you know, Nonito Donaire, they're going to say he was old, which he is. I think he's 38 years old, 38, something like that. So, but hey, it is what it is, man. Nonito Donaire wanted that smoke, so. Yeah, man. Manny G, what's going on, fam? London streets, what's happening? Yeah, man. Yeah, but I'm just like, and then what you say, Devin versus the Kangaroo would be more competitive. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Like with Devin Haney, his style of boxing is not a fan-friendly style. I'm just being honest with you. I like that, but his style of boxing is not a fan-friendly style. So that I think that'll hurt him. Like, let's say if Leonard Ellerby was to get involved in some kind of negotiations, they're gonna say, "Look, man, you know, you didn't put no butts in seats, and you went to Australia and this and that, yada 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 yada." And what you say about Rolly? Yeah, between was really selling nothing over here in the States, but he's undisputed. So he said Rolly beat Tank. Yeah, he beat him. He beat him with his chin. Rolly beat Tank with his chin. He said, "I think all them Filipino boxers imitate Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Aggression, accurate points are like William Cepeda." Yeah. He said, "A New Way can beat 122 pounders like Fulton. His best option." Yeah, I don't know about him being Fulton. I don't know about that now. I ain't gonna jump out the window and say that. I like a New Way. He a monster, but I ain't gonna say he gonna beat no Fulton. I ain't going that far. Styles make fights. Fulton fights some tough ass competition. If he move up, you know I love to see that. I don't believe protecting no fighter. You know that shit. Nobody get protected. He said those 115s are too small for a new way. Yeah, don't nobody get protected, man. I don't believe protect no fighter. But I mean, I think that'll be a damn good fight though, boy. Cause Steph ain't nothing to fuck with. Steph don't fought some hell of a fighters. Yeah. What you say, fam? He said, I don't care about the name of the boxer. I just want to see Devin Haney and Bivol style go through a challenger who can compete against their style of match. See, this is the thing. This is the thing, though. He said, Coach, you know the Ryan press conference? No, for what? No, I'm not watching it. Is it on right now? No, I'm watching it. I'm not watching it. I don't trust Ryan Garcia, so I don't. That's one guy I don't trust. I don't believe shit he say. I don't know if he's having a fight until I actually see him in the ring. And between Oscar and Ryan Garcia, they do so much capping. Man. I don't believe shit they say. Oscar be pulling his fighter out of fights. Ryan Garcia, he'll pull out of fights himself. So I'm like, I listen. It's hard for me to take Ryan Garcia serious. Him or Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar too busy wearing fishnets and snorting coke. You know, he don't really want to make no fights. Jaime Munguia got 38 wins, 38 wins, 39-0 with 31 knockouts. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't believe shit none of them say. To be honest with you, I don't believe none of that shit. It's just some guys I just can't take serious. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Like shit, you gonna postpone a fight with a cherry pick and motherfucking Sulecki. I told you, man. He said, Coach, did you see Sean Ellaby on the Sean Porter podcast yet? No, I haven't seen it. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna check it out. He said, Coach, had you smoked one? No, I ain't smoked nothing. I haven't smoked nothing. I'm just relaxing right now. I haven't smoked anything. I haven't smoked anything. I didn't smoke anything yesterday nor today so far. So if I had trouble sleeping, I'll probably smoke something then, but if I had trouble sleeping. You know what I mean? But I'm good. I ain't smoked nothing. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It is what it is, though. You know what I mean? He said time for being a. Yeah, see, I love the undisputed. You know what I mean? Because when you're fighting, when you're fighting the best guys, when you're fighting the best, to be undisputed is not an easy feature. To be undisputed is not an easy feature. You see what I'm saying? It's like what do you say? Will Ryan beating Fortuna and press y'all? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a tough one though. I'm not even. That's a tough one though. I'll be just as I'll be just as impressed as if Ryan step up and fight more. Say, Coach, have you heard anything from the one that beat Coach O'Roley or Cambosos? Oh, the one that beat O'Roley or Cambosos? Nah, I haven't heard anything. He said, why can't we just ask what we want? Leonard Ellaby, listen, man, let me tell you something. Leonard Ellaby was saying some real shit, though, bro. He told the truth about, you know what I mean? He told the truth. Leonard Ellaby was saying, we not going to be big. Shout out to Fistiana Fights. Shelton Moore in the building. Leonard ain't going to make those fights. He said that. We're not going to make those fights. Eddie Val, what's going on, fam? RM, what's going on? He say Fortuna still top 10 as far as ranking. So scenes all big fights at 135 being avoided though. I mean, is Fortuna is he a Golden Boy fighter? I mean, Fortuna is a good name. He said, what about Danny Garcia versus Jose Benavidez? That's a fire fight. I don't know that. I've never been high on Danny Garcia, so. And Jose Benavidez, when the last time Jose Benavidez fought? When the last time Benavidez fought? Haney versus Tank. I mean, anything that's not a PBC fighter, you don't have to worry about Tank versus a Haney, Tank versus a Garcia. That ain't happening. You ain't got to worry about that. And then same thing with Golden Boy. Anything dealing with Ryan versus you say Fortuna is a PBC fighter? Okay, I tell you right there, they can make the cross promotional fights when they want to. If Fortuna is a PBC fighter, this is the bullshit that Oscar De La Hoya said. Oscar De La Hoya say that he can work with Mayweather Promotions in order to make the Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis fight. He say he make that, right? He say he can make that. You see what I'm saying? So now he said that he can make that fight, but Al Haymon is the one that's anyway. That'll be the one preventing that fight. If that's the case, right? Let's say if that's the case. If that's the case, then how was you able to work with Ryan? How was you able to work with Al Haymon to make the Javier Fortuna fight? That's assuming Javier Fortuna is a PBC fighter. He said Fortuna is not seen as a threat to Ryan Garcia. That's why the fight was made. Yeah, but you see what I'm saying, though? So I tell you, they pick and choose when they want to hide behind the politics. Oh, the reason why this fight hasn't happened because of the politics. Okay, well, how you make that fight happen? Like you said, well, this was more easier because he's not looked upon as a threat. That's the bullshit right there. He said Jose Benavidez, what did he say? Jose Benavidez fought a few months back. He got a decision, but he looked terrible and slow. That's why Ryan Garcia fighting. That's why that's why Danny Garcia fighting him. I've never been high on Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia got his ass kicked by everybody in the welterweight division. I mean, not anybody, but all of the top guys beat him. Sean Porter beat him. You see what Errol Spence did to him, and then Kieran beat him. He lost to all of the top guys. He ain't beat no top guys in the welterweight division when he was there. He's not a threat after he lost to JoJo. Yeah. Danny Garcia just looking for, and Danny been out for a little bit too. He say facts. I thought Danny was going to 154. He might be at 154. Danny Garcia might be at 154. Damn, I'm watching motherfucking. It's possible. Oh, that's the green screen right there. Yeah. What's good? He said, what's going on, everybody? Serious Biz, Eddie Val, AI, Thomas Gondala, Jose Benavidez didn't look like the same when he fought across. Man, that's why Danny Garcia fighting. Danny Garcia may fight no tough competition. You know that. All the top guys he fought. Danny Garcia best is at 140. We know that. Once he got the 150, once he got the 147. Shit, he wasn't no top guy. He didn't beat no top guys. Waiting to land that left hook. That's about it. Danny Gift Garcia, promotion of the companies wanna say, in my opinion, Eddie Hearn is the best promoter right now. He gets the fights they want. Some people, well, he wasn't able to get no fights for Devin Haney, nor was he able to get the disputed fight with any good fights with what's the main man there? Demetrius Andrade. Damn. He said JoJo's another decision fighter. Too many of them. Yeah. Danny wanted a Miracon after he lost to Brook. Of course he did. Danny is a doormat at 147. Yes, he is. He's a doormat at 147. Yes, he is. Yes, he's at 147. Benny Menez is fully healed now. Danny might have some trouble. Man, you know this shit about matchmaking. This shit about matchmaking, you know that. What you say on David Haney new clip on ES News? Danny Garcia, he said Garcia beat him in the amateurs, beat him before as an amateur. Yeah, they beat each other though. I think they beat each other, and that a lot of people not giving him his respect. I think Garcia is one of the best 135 pounders to make the fight happen. Yeah. What you say to my Ryan Garcia? Yeah, me, Ryan Garcia, I give him his respect as a makeup model. Shout out to Mr. Knight. He said, Coach, pay the mill. Ablil, no, I'm not trying to. I'm not at the fam. I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone. Thurman has lost all his power. Yeah, Thurman, Keith Thurman right here with me. Keith Thurman right here with me. That's it. I'm dying as a makeup artist. Yeah, but Ryan Garcia, he's a good makeup artist. I take my hat out to him. You know what I mean? I respect him. You know, he undisputed on social media, and he got some good commercial endorsements. So I take my hat out to him for that. I'm not gonna lie, I take my hat out to him. Great young man, great young man. I just don't take him serious as a boxer. That's all. Oh, it's a Mission Impossible. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. He said, "Do you think that Thurman versus Broner will be a high seller? Yeah. I think Thurman versus Broner will be pretty good because Thurman gonna be talking shit. AB gonna be talking shit. Yeah, so yeah, absolutely. I think that'll be a good fight. I think that'll be a good fight. I don't think it's a pay-per-view fight. Keith versus Brook. Nah, Keith. Yeah, I mean, but Brook don't retire though. Brook don't retire. You remember Kell Brook don't retire, man. That's over with. Keith Thurman better be trying to fight some other guys. He said, "How do you think Conor Benn versus Thurman would play out?" I think Keith Thurman's footwork is going to be a problem for Conor Benn. His footwork is going to be a problem. If Conor Benn, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight, but I think Keith Thurman's footwork is going to be a problem. And Keith Thurman got a damn good jab too, so I don't think Conor Benn will be able to just run through Keith Thurman, to be honest with you. If he can't get that knockout and that fight go more than 6 rounds, I think that's gonna be problems for him. Not saying that Conor can't beat him. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that's the level of difficulty right there. He said Selecta should fight Zach Parker and the winner get Nello. Yeah, he said they do side box too. Yeah, Avatar gangster. I tell you what, you said you'll box me, Derek Harper. I'm gonna see if you say anything else. Yeah, y'all hit that like button. Josecito or hurt Keith bad. Yeah, he hurt him to the body. He hurt him with a body shot. What do you think of Shakur Stevens' skill? Shakur Stevens is one of my favorite fighters. That's what I think of his skill. What do you think about Dubois versus Trevor Bryant? Man, that's a trash ass fight. I'm not watching that fight at all, to be honest with you. Dubois should be able to beat Trevor Bryant. Dane Dubois should be able to knock Trevor Bryant out. Trevor Bryant is not he's not no hell of a fighter. He's not a hell of a fighter. I'm being honest with you. That's why nobody in the American boxing scene, ain't nobody talking about him. They don't even know he fighting Saturday. He said, bro doesn't even have a picture on this page. He talking about our fight. Are you talking about me? Oh, okay. Yeah, these guys are some losers. He said, why block me? Why block you? Because I want to. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. We holler. Bye, Felicia. You gone. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'm not playing with the trolls no more. Them other clowns, I ain't playing with them no more. They out of here. Just gonna send them back their way. I pretty much know who they are though. You know what I mean? I know who they are because I do a lot of I see them on other people's channels and stuff. So yeah. Some of those shows be the same people though. It'd be the same people. It'd be like one guy, like someone like a Jason Mones, which that's not his name. That's Jason Mones. That's not, I don't know his real name. Those guys, they'll create like 4 or 5 different accounts. Like literally, they don't have a life. And they're done. Shout out to a man, Major Key. What up? What up, Major Key? Sitting here at the crib, man. He said some trolls keep making channels all over again. Yeah, they can. They can make as many as they want. And they can make 10. They can make 10 accounts. We're gonna block all 10 of them. They're gonna have a whole bunch of email Google accounts fucking with me. Let's see. Well, he said, Coach, do you determine a fighter in their prime? He said, how do you determine a fighter in their prime? If they're still fighting at a high level, how you determine a fighter in their prime? If they're still fighting at a high level and they're fighting high level competition and they are beating that high level competition on a consistent basis. Like perfect example, if a fighter he's a top guy, but he's fighting another top guy that's like a 50-50 fight. And he's beating these top guys, these 50-50 fight top guys and stuff like that. Let's say he beat 2-3 in a row and he make it look good, he make it look easy or something like that. Or he just keep winning. And it's like he's fighting at a high level. He's in his prime right now. If you see that he fights another fighter and he don't look as good, and let's say he does it at like maybe 2-3 times, 2-3 more fights, he don't look as good, it's like he may not be in time anymore. It just depends on how long you're fighting at a high level. High level meaning who are you fighting? You can't be fighting Rolly Romero's and Suleckis and Juan Montiel's and oh man, you saw he beat Juan Montiel and this and that. He fighting at a high level. Yeah, no. I mean, he might be he's fighting a tomato can at a high level. Who you fight matters. Who you fight matters. That's what separates the wheat from the tare. Beterbiev and Bivol, high level fight. See, Beterbiev, Beterbiev and Joe Smith Jr. high level fight. That's a high level fight right there, bro. Yeah. That's a high level fight right there. He said, "Cause Winky Wright." Yeah, man. I like Winky Wright, man. Winky Wright was a bad boy. Was a bad boy back in the day. They said Winky Wright style was boring. That's what they said. Winky Wright style was boring, and didn't nobody want to fight him, and all that stuff there. Yeah, that's what they say. I remember all that shit. April Lynch, what's going on, April? Not what's going on. Jesse, what's going on? I remember all that shit. They said that about Winky Wright. They said that about James Lights Out Tony. Like Larry Merchant didn't like Shit, Larry Merchant was a motherfucker, boy. One thing I liked about Larry Merchant, he was true to who he was. That's what I like about him. Larry Merchant was true to who he was. Yep, and you are gone. Report that as spam. Report that as spam. All right. Yep, that's done. James Toney wasn't born, but he wasn't a fighter that the mainstream media liked. James Toney was a fighter that the mainstream media didn't like. He wasn't born. You see what I'm saying? So I remember this shit like it was yesterday. You know, these guys, you know, these certain fighters, they that's how they felt that way. They love the Turo Gotti. I say Tank Davis is born. Yeah, you know, that's how you feel. That's fine. Who do you think will win a boxing match, Canelo or Shakur Stevenson? Both make weight. That's a tough one. I don't know. If Canelo fights flat-footed, it depends. It depends on how he fights. If he fights flat-footed, I got Shakur Stevenson beating him. If he fights flat-footed, if Canelo boxes like uses his legs and try to box more, you know what I mean, then I would give him the edge. But if he fights flat-footed like he fought Bivol, I have Shakur Stevenson all day if they were the same weight. Inoue versus Fulton or Inoue versus Gary Russell Jr. That's too much weight for him to gain. I don't know. That's too much weight for him to gain. That's a lot of weight for him to gain, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, the trolls love me, man. Them trolls love me. I don't know why. They love me. They love me. I ain't gonna lie, boy. He said, yeah, Winky Wright. Yeah, the matchmakers, they didn't like what did they say? They didn't like Winky Wright, bro. They didn't like him. His style was just all wrong. He's a born fighter, yada yada yada. Like they've been doing this shit for a little bit. So you think Joe Joyce would give Tyson Fury his toughest fight? Joe Joyce is too slow. Tyson Fury beat the shit out of Joe Joyce. He's too slow. Tyson Fury footwork, and superior boxing skills. He'll box circles around Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is too slow. He wouldn't be able to lay a finger on Tyson Fury. In my opinion. Fury versus Philip Ergovich. Fury all day. Terry Norris versus Jamel. I would say terrible Terry Norris. But the only problem with Terry Norris, he couldn't take a punch. Terry Norris didn't have no chin, so coach just chilling. And trolls keep trying them. Yeah, I ain't worried about the trolls. We just gonna keep blocking them. When they come trolling, we block them, make them create 20 more accounts. He said, sorry, coach, there's no version of Alvarez that beats Tony. Prime for prime. I didn't say anything about Tony. Yeah, I don't know where James Toney came from in Canelo, but I didn't say anything about James Toney. Cool Boy Curry say Coach Pitbull versus JoJo Diaz. I might go with I want to say JoJo Diaz. JoJo Diaz can box him. If he boxes him, I think maybe he can beat him. I think maybe he can beat Pitbull. Shout out to Caps. He said, how do you feel that Shakur requested WBO to move up to fight Haney? Should he take the opportunity? Please don't say let it grow. I mean, if Shakur Stevenson can't get any fights, if he can't get any fights, the fights that he want at junior lightweight, he can move up. But last time I checked, Shakur Stevenson said that he was trying to become undisputed in super featherweight division. So we'll see. He said, I thought I heard you. I thought I heard you wrong. Yeah, you heard me wrong. You heard me wrong. He said it doesn't matter what Inoue does. If he doesn't move up at least to 130, the American public will never embrace him. I mean, the American public not going to embrace him anyways. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you can't worry about that. I mean, the mainstream media embraces him, but the American public just don't watch the lighter weight divisions for the most part. That's all that is. The American public, they watch the popular divisions. They don't watch the lighter weight divisions. The American public can't tell you nobody who's at featherweight. They don't know. They know lightweight. They know lightweight on up to heavyweight. They don't know, well, they know lightweight division. They know the welterweight division. They know the heavyweight division. They don't know the cruiserweight division. They don't know the light heavyweight division. They may know a little bit. Yeah, they know the light heavyweight division. The middleweight division, bro, like the middleweight division is so dead. It's like they have to get the middleweight division. They got Triple G, but they got Triple G at the middleweight division. That's it. See what I'm saying? So, the American public, which are a lot of the casuals, they're only familiar with the popular weight divisions. So it's not like that they won't give Inoue his credit. They literally probably don't even know who the fuck he is. Shit, the casual boxing fans over here in America, they probably know more about who Rolly Romero is than he said Hagler versus Canelo. Hagler. I mean, shit, Hagler all goddamn day. Any version of Canelo, Hagler. Don't matter. Hagler. I'ma always say Hagler. Always. Hagler all goddamn day. Hagler wasn't nothing to be fucked up with, and he didn't run from no smoke. He fought all the top guys, and some of them on multiple occasions. Hagler wasn't nothing to be fucked with. Shit. He said, look at this heavyweight prospect from Russian territory. His power is scary. His name is Arslanbek. Okay, I'll check him out. Breedis versus Lawrence Okoli. Probably say Breedis. Hagler's one of my favorites of all time. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Hagler, I got a picture or a poster of Hagler on the wall. Yeah, man. He said the Monster and Cool Boy are 4 pounds apart. They should fight soon. Yeah. If Inoue can move up and fight Cool Boy Curry, I would love that. Now that'll be, listen, I tell you what, that'll be the fight that'll get the casual American public to know who Inoue is. If he fight, if he move up and fight Steph. If he fought Cool Boy Curry, yeah, absolutely. But I think he should try to become undisputed first. Let him try to become undisputed first. Let him try to become undisputed first. You see what I'm saying? If he try to do that, I think he'll be Gucci. He said old school fanboyism is a pass. Yeah, but it's not even. It is a pass, but it's not even that. It's those older guys were tougher than the older fighters are tougher than the fighters that's fighting today. They was tougher. They had a tougher mindset. They fought 15 rounds. They fought better competition on a consistent level. Like them old were just tougher fighters than these fighters today. These fighters today, they got all this shit. They got strength and conditioning coaches, right? We got a nutritionist. They got better medical science. The current fighters have the better sports science, not medical science. They have better sports. The sports science has gotten better, right? That's what they have, but they don't have the heart, the mentality that a lot of those guys. Only a few fighters boxing today have that mindset and mentality. Those guys was tough as nails, bro. Tough as nails, bro. You're fighting top guy. You got to fight all the dudes in the top 10. You know what I mean? Like, it's just different, dog. It's just different. It's just different. I can't explain it. Bro. Like, These motherfuckers here, they you know, they go out, they create belts for them to keep from fighting other motherfuckers. You know, they pull out of fights. You could be a champion. You could be a boxer for 14 years, like a Jamal Charlo, and fought one champion in your career. You know, come on, man. You know, you could be 39-0 with 31 knockouts like Jaime Mugia and ain't fought no goddamn body. Still ain't fighting for a title in the welterweight division. I mean, in the middleweight, what is the middleweight division? Yeah, the middleweight division. Come on, man. Come on, man. Nah, man. Nah, man. Yeah, man. School of X, man. He say sometimes twice a month. Yeah, man. Them dudes fight 15 rounds and shit. A fighter, they get knocked down in fights, get back up, finish the dude off, and then gotta go fight, and then got another fight set up 3 months later. Man, it ain't no comparison, dog. Listen, this era of fighters are soft as fuck. I gotta call it like I see it. They spoil. Like, there's no toughness in these guys. And the cherry picking is at an all-time high. Cherry picking at an all-time high. Like, it's like, I don't mind you picking a cherry here or a cherry there, but then you picking 4, 5 cherries in a row? And then you're trying to tell me, like, today, you don't have to prove you're the best fighter in boxing today. You just got to have fans who's willing to tell you that you're the best fighter, and you don't need to fight those other guys. He said, what do you think about Gervonta versus Ryan? Nothing. I don't think nothing about that. That shit ain't going to happen. I don't think nothing about that, Edward. Nothing at all. I like the 140-pound division to start. It's some killers at 140, dog. It's some killers at 140. 140 is a hell of a motherfucking division. But coach, he fought J-Rock, and he fighting on Macy Sulecki. What you say, family? Say, coach, that's most of society. How soft guys have gotten, feminized guys. Yeah, exactly. That's a society. Once they started the feminism movement in 1955, they started the feminist movement back then, and then from that point forward, from that point forward all the way up to now, everything that became soft, effeminized, because it affected everything. Now, now we're in this PC culture. Oh, if you say something that offends this person, oh my gosh, we're gonna cancel you, this and that. You need to apologize. I'm like, man, fuck you. I ain't apologizing shit. I said what the fuck I said. If you don't like it, tune the fuck off. That's how they want you to be. I can't do that, dog. I can't do that myself. He said, Coach, I seen someone with almost 100,000 subs talking about Jamal, not Jamel, is at number 6. I clicked on that so damn fast. Nah, I don't believe that shit. David Morrell needs to be their name. Shout out to Tommy Gunn. He say favorite comedy movie. Shit, I got a bunch of them, man. I don't really have one. I don't really have one favorite comedy movie, to be honest with you. A lot of my favorite movies are the black exploitation films. But my favorite comedy probably is Coming to America. Probably Coming to America. Probably Coming to America. That Coming to America was it for me. He said, Coach, do you see guys today even care about Hall of Fame? No. No, you talking about Eddie Murphy Raw? That's favorite stand-up comedy movie. If you talking about stand-up, yeah. White Chicks is funny to the mug. White Chicks is hilarious. Shout out to Big Ronald Finkley. White Chicks is hilarious. Vampire in Brooklyn is funny too. This is the heart. This is the heart. This is my chest. This is the heart. This is my chest. You got to hit here, not here, not here. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was funny. Harlem Nights is funny. I'm going to get you, sucker, was funny. Josh Taylor beats Danny Garcia if he moves up. I don't know. It depends. If listen, if it's not Josh Taylor fault, Jack Paul, he won't. I don't see him beating him. Too much cherry picking, too much fanboys. These dudes say they're gonna kill you for not saying their favorite fighter is the best. Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't see it. I can't see it. He said, which way? He said, which way is up? The GOAT. Yep. He said, Coach, thoughts on Max Kellerman not calling Devin Haney undisputed. I care nothing for Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman does what he does. Does what he does. If it ain't Lomachenko or the Crusher, Kovalev. I was so happy when Andre Ward beat the brakes off of Kovalev, especially in that second fight. I was so happy. You know how ESPN does it. All of them, ESPN and Max Kellerman, the Timothy Bradleys, the Teddy Atlases. Here's what it is. I ain't mad. Richard Pryor way is up. Richard Pryor, which way is up was good. He said, Coach, do you think Benavidez should up? If he can continue to make weight, he should probably stay there. But he's been there a while though. If he can't get the fights he want at 168, he might as well move up. You know what I mean? Tay, what you say, Ty? What you say? He said, Coach, do you think it's because the top boxers get paid too well in this era? Back in the days, they got paid less. No, shit, Sugar Ray and Hagler, well, Sugar Ray got paid money. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying though. The area is different now. Just the criteria is different now. You see what I'm saying? So this Wilder beat Joshua. I mean, we won't know unless they fight each other. You see what I'm saying? Wilder has a lot of heart. You see what I'm saying? And Anthony Joshua has been accused of not having the heart no more. So who knows? They say when you got the kind of money Anthony Joshua got, shit, who knows? He got plenty of money. He say he took CBD, but he crept on me after like 2 hours. I don't know which dosage you took. You know what I mean? It depends on it depends on how strong the millimeters is you bought. Because you can get 300, you can get 400, you can get 400. It's like the higher the dosage, the stronger the dosage. Sorry about that. The stronger, not the dosage, but it depends on how strong it is, what you have. Watching Mission Impossible. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum, fam. What's going on? He said, do you think Fury is the best heavyweight since Mike Tyson? Hell no. No, hell no. Man, what shit? No, hell no. No, fuck no. Nope. That's their one. That's their one right there. That's their one. That's their one. No, that's their one. That's him. Let's see. He said if you move up a couple of great competitors and talk shit, okay. He said Charlo needs to do something soon. I'm seeing Matsu Sulecki. Yeah, Sulecki's something else, man. Sulecki's something else. I just listen again. The fight that needs to be made is you get Jamal Charlo, and you get Demetrius Andrade. They need each other right now. 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 He said, Coach, what you say if Tank and Jamal keep fighting at this level of competition, will they go to the Hall of Fame? Man, I don't know, man. The call, I don't even know, bro. I don't know. I can't even answer that. Because I don't know what's the criteria in order to go into the Hall of Fame, fam? I would say no, but who I don't even know what the criteria is, man. I don't even know what the hell the criteria is right now. Yeah, man. I don't even know what I mean. So, you know, these guys, what would say, Con? He say, Dr. Paul Evans. I watched highlights and I was happy for them. Will follow them. Oh, okay. He talking to Dr. Paul. PBC fanboy say Maul is never going to fight him because he's too much of a baby. No, what Jamal Charlo, he's content. Salam, peace on peace, Goozy. Jamal Charlo is content with where he's at in his career. He's content. So, you know what I mean? And this is why I say that, like, these fighters today is on some other shit. But Tank put butts in seats. Yeah, he put butts in seats. Yeah, he put butts in seats. Tank put butts in seats. He said, Coach, what city are you in, Aki? I'm in Tampa, Florida. Tampa, Florida. West Tampa, Florida, to be exact. He said, who was Aki? Aki's brother. West Tampa, Florida, to be exact. He said, if you watch basketball too, who you got in the finals? No, I don't watch basketball. I don't even know who's in the goddamn finals. I don't know who's in the finals. I be too busy reading books and doing research online. I have 3 more channels. And I'm in the process of growing. I got to do one for my daughter, and I'm doing some educational channels for myself. I'm finna go to the next level with this shit. I got some other channels I'm doing. Edward Rodriguez, I got a Tampa Bay shirt on now. Shirt on, yeah. Yeah, I got to go back down to Miami and see my family down there in Miami as well. Got to go down there. And I got family in Miami. You know, I was living in Miami last year. I've been living in Miami for years, about 20 years. About 20 years I'm living in Miami. And finally moved back home. Larry Holmes' jab was out of this world. Yes, Larry Holmes probably had the best jab in boxing that I've seen. Even better than Lennox Lewis. You know, Larry Holmes, he'll just beat you with the jab all goddamn day. And he had better footwork too. And he could throw that jab at different angles as well. What's your other channels? I'll sub. Yeah, I'm still working on it, Jeffrey. I'll make the announcement when it's done. Still working on it, fam. He's in home this era would have been 45 years old nowadays. Yeah, Larry Holmes, and they said Larry Holmes was a boring fighter. Knock down 3 or 5. Let me know when you get to the crib. I got you. Yeah, man. I got family in I got family right there in Miami Gardens, right there in the Myrtle Grove area. Carroll City, the Subs down there in Liberty City. So yeah. He said Larry Holmes had the best. Yeah, man. Larry beat you with a jab all day. Fantasy fight coach. Matias versus Gary Antoine. Who you got? I don't even know, man. I don't even know, to be honest with you. I don't even know something. What you say? Have they got mosquitoes out in Florida? Absolutely. To my Carroll City High, your school, right on 183rd. Right on 183rd. Carroll City High. Holmes versus Ali in his prime. Oh, in their prime, Ali. Holmes versus Ali in their prime, Ali. We say moss, not mosquitoes. I thought you said mosquitoes. Moss, yeah, they got moss. They got moss in them. The email, you know, yeah, a lot of the Sunni Muslims right here as well. I learned a lot of my rockouts. From the Sunnis. When I started studying, the hadiths, I learned true Islam. I learned true Islam studying with the Sunnis. The Sunni Muslims taught. I learned true Islam. I didn't know true Islam in the nation. When I got the Sunnis, I learned true Islam though. Larry Holmes, Sonny Liston had scary jabs. Yeah, yes they did. They did. Coach, I have a good one. Corey Sanders versus Lehman Brewster. Lehman Brewster, Corey Sanders. Shit, I don't know, man. But you know, that's a hell of a question there, bro. I don't even have to go back and look at some of their footage. I remember them, but I don't remember like a lot of their fights. He said, Coach, just joining in. How do you feel about Berlanga fight this weekend? Oh, they need to slowly build Berlanga up. I think the hype has left Berlanga now. The hype has left. So, you know, they realize, yeah, we gotta continue to build him up. He ain't ready to get thrown in there. He not ready to get thrown in there. You know what I mean? So he said Prime Lewis versus Prime Tyson Fury. Oh, Lennox Lewis all day. That's a no-brainer for me. Lennox Lewis all day. Lennox Lewis all day. He said, imagine him 15 years earlier. He said the Spinks were beasts. Both won gold medals. Yeah, Michael and Leon Spinks were some bad boys. He say, Coach, I want to say Regis Prograis get another title shot at 140. Yeah. Me too. Regis Prograis, he a bad boy. He say Lennox versus Ike Buche. You know what? I would say the reason why I would give the edge. Now Ike Buche was a monster. Not gonna lie, he was a monster. Very strong, very powerful. But Lennox Lewis would have kept that jab in his face. Lennox Lewis would have kept that jab in Ike Buche's face. He would have jabbed the shit out of him. As long as he stayed away from Ike Buche's power and take the fight into the late rounds, like the 10th, 11th round, the 19th, 11th round, he would have got him. He would have got him. Michael Spence wasn't no bad boy wearing those tube socks against Mike Tyson. He was scared. He was scared before he walked in the ring. Lisa said Ike Buche was a monster. Yeah, he was a monster. He was a monster. Absolutely. Ike Buche could Ike Buche, if he touched that chin, you're going to sleep. I just think from a stylistic standpoint, Lennox Lewis would have kept him off him with the jab. I mean, that's just my opinion, though. That's a fantasy match, so, you know. He said Lewis was great, but sometimes pretty average, too. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. Prime Lewis matches. We say Prime Lewis matches up against most heavyweights. Sweet Pea versus Loma. Oh, Pernell Whitaker all day. That's an easy one now. Sweet Pea versus Lomachenko, that's the easy one. That's Pernell Whitaker all day. That shit won't even be close. Footwork, speed, angles. That shit won't even be close. Sweet Pea Pernell Whitaker was a bad motherfucker, boy. I was a bad motherfucker there, boy. I'm telling you, bro. Shit. He said, watch Sugar Ray crack the Philly shell against Roger. No, that wasn't against Roger. That was against Roger Mayweather. That was against Floyd. That was against Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather Sr. in the 70s. He say Floyd versus Sugar Ray. Who? Leonard or Robinson? It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Sugar Ray Robinson, if you're talking about Sugar Ray Robinson, and Sugar Ray Leonard, and when I say Floyd, I want to take Floyd in its prime. Pretty Floyd versus Sugar Ray Leonard. I like Ray. Now, Pretty Boy Floyd is a motherfucker. Pretty Boy Floyd could have fought with anybody in the old school in the 80s, in my opinion. Pretty Boy Floyd was that good. Pretty Boy Floyd was a bad boy. But I give the edge to Sugar Ray. I give the edge to Sugar Ray. He said, Coach, Haney versus Tank. Who you got? I don't think that fight will happen myself. But I don't know. It's a tough one. If Tank can get around, Devin Haney's jab and make it a dog fight, then yeah, I got Tank. If he can make it a dog fight. If Devin Haney can keep the distance and range and keep that jab in Tank's face, you know, then yeah, it'll be I have Devin Haney. It just depends on what style. It just depends on how it plays out. He said, Ray, before the eye surgery or after the eye? Before the eye got injured. Yeah, before. He said Pretty Boy was overshadowed by Money Man. Yeah, man, like Pretty Boy Floyd, like these dudes who are fans of Floyd Mayweather today, they don't know who Pretty Boy Floyd was. They don't know Pretty Boy Floyd. So when they say that they are fans of Floyd Mayweather, they don't know nothing about Pretty Boy Floyd. They know nothing about him. He said, "This your third line coach, you grinding." Yeah. I'm just chilling, man. Just chilling, man. Just chilling, bro. Watch the Mission Impossible. Yeah, man. He say, hey Halim, 10%er. When he say, Akon say that's what Floyd did when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. Yeah, Pretty Boy Floyd was a motherfucker. He said, Coach is right. They started watching Mayweather in like 2013. Yeah. They started watching Floyd when he became Pretty Boy Floyd and when he fought Robert the Ghost. That's after De La Hoya. That's, he fought Robert the Ghost and he fought Canelo Alvarez. That's when they became Floyd Mayweather fans. I seen Rockman versus Wilder, dumb match, but I have to give it to The Rock. I have to lean it to the. If Wilder can catch him, if Wilder can catch Rockman, and Wilder can catch him, but cause Rockman, we know, you know what I mean. If he can catch him, but it just depends. Floyd versus guy that Judah versus or Corley era. Yeah. Listen, Pretty Boy Floyd versus Arturo Gatti. It's gonna be hard for anybody to beat that dude, unless you Sugar Ray Robinson. Now, unless you Sugar Ray Robinson, now, because Sugar Ray Robinson had like about 4 different styles he can fight you with. Sugar Ray Robinson was a motherfucker, boy. But Pretty Boy Floyd, shit. Pretty Boy Floyd will beat the brakes off of any lightweight boxer right now. And Pretty Boy Floyd was a lightweight in this era. He beat the brakes off of any of these guys. Tank, Devin Haney. He'll beat the brakes off any of them. Pretty Boy Floyd would. Easy. Ryan, whatever, it don't matter. He'll beat the brakes off any of them. Oh, that's a sandstorm. Spence versus Hagler. I said, what do you think? What do you think? Spence versus Hagler. What do you think? Lewis was undisputed though. Yep. Loma doesn't deserve to skip the line and fight Haney. Hey man, he's with the right promotion company, so they're gonna make that fight. Julian Jackson, the Hulk, man, the Hulk. Yeah, the Hulk, man. Surviving Kennedy said, I don't know, coach. Man, goddamn, bro. Hagler all day, man. Hagler over any middleweight. Anybody want to come down to middleweight? Hagler over any middleweight. If a welterweight want to move up to any Hagler over anybody, I don't give a damn who it is. You really gotta study Marvin Hagler, man. Like that dude, that was something else, bro. Pound for pound, Sugar Ray Robinson is the greatest fighter ever lived. Yes, sir. That's my favorite fighter, Sugar Ray Robinson. Ray Robinson is my favorite fighter. Ray Robinson was Muhammad Ali's favorite fighter. That was Muhammad Ali's favorite fighter, Sugar Ray Robinson. Shit. He said Hagler all day, Pretty Boy Floyd all day. Yeah, Pretty Boy Floyd was a motherfucker, dog. Dog, that dude there was so quick, so fast. Bro, like Carlos Monzon over. You know what though? We were trying to get that fight. I got Monzon over Hagler, my favorite fighter. Yeah, man. Like, listen, hey, yeah, Carlos Monzon was a motherfucker. Now he was champion for what? 7 years. He was champion for 7 years. 7 years he was the champ, undisputed champ for 7 years. For 7 years, Monzon was a motherfucker, bro. Yeah, man. He said, Coach, James Toney versus Hagler. That's a tough one there, boy. Lights Out was a motherfucker, man. Lights Out was really good in the pocket. But at middleweight, I'm going to give it to Hagler. At middleweight, I'm going to give it to Hagler. But Lights Out was a hell of an inside fighter. Hell of an inside fighter. B-Hop versus Andre Ward. Man, I don't know, man, because both of them fought very similar. B-Hop versus Andre Ward. That'll be an ugly fight, dog. B-Hop versus Andre Ward. Yeah, Monzon versus would have been wild. Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course, that fight would have had to happen in the 70s when Monzon was an undisputed champion. I think he had a 7-year reign. He had a 7-year reign, man. So he said, Coach, I've been riding you for a while. Can I get a wrench? Yeah, I'm not giving out any more wrenches, fam. I got enough wrenches. I'm not giving out any more wrenches. I have enough. Chavez versus Pryor. Pryor was a motherfucker, man. Pryor was a motherfucker there, bro. I ain't gonna lie, boy. Yeah, Pryor was a motherfucker, bro. He was a motherfucker. Julio Cesar Chavez was a motherfucker, too. That'd have been a barn burner there. That'd have been a barn burner. Burt Cooper versus Dwight Kwai Muhammad, light heavyweight. I'm gonna take Muhammad on that one. I'm gonna take Muhammad on that because Burt Cooper was a bad boy though. I'm gonna kind of give it to Muhammad on that one. Telling you, Coach, James Toney wanted to fight Nigel Benn and Chris Eubank Sr. in the ring at the same time with the same night. Yeah, listen. What name are we talking about? James Toney is a motherfucker, man. James Toney, that dude there, bro. If you want to see pocket fighting in the pocket. If you want to see pocket fighting in the pocket, bro. If you want to see somebody fight in the pocket, Salvador Sanchez. Oh, man, you know I love Salvador Sanchez, man. Oh, no, there. Salvador Sanchez is my favorite Mexican fighter. Just in case you guys don't know, Salvador Sanchez is my favorite Mexican fighter. I love Salvador Sanchez, bro. I like Salvador Sanchez over Julio Cesar Chavez. Yes, I do. All motherfucking day. He said Pryor smokes Duran and Chavez. Yeah, and Pryor was a motherfucker, man. That dude was a motherfucker, bro. He said Pretty Boy had trouble with Emmanuel Augustus. Yeah, he did. The drunken master. America Augustus, yeah, he did. He did. That's true. Yeah, man. James Toney, motherfucker, man. Old school fighter. Corrales versus Tank. Diego Corrales versus Tank. Diego was a tough motherfucker, man. And he fought better competition, so I probably have to go with Corrales. He said, Coach, the fight that never happened, Sanchez versus Chavez. Yeah, man. Yeah, Sanchez, he died in the car accident at 23 years old, man. So, and Salvador Sanchez had like 46 fights. James Toney gym wars are better than most actual fights. Yeah, man, listen, James Toney, motherfucker. I love James Toney. I love James Toney. I'm not even gonna lie. I just like to watch him fight in the pocket. De La Hoya versus Canelo. Where at though? Where at? What weight class? De La Hoya at welterweight? Are you talking about De La Hoya at welterweight? Are you talking? If you talking about De La Hoya at welterweight, you know, he said De La Hoya for sure at 147. Yeah, 147 De La Hoya all day. Yeah, yeah, man. Doggone. Let me see. Ryan versus Trinidad. Man, I'm shit. I'm not. If I gotta answer that, then if I gotta answer that, some shit I'm just not gonna answer. All right, yeah, man. Anything dealing with Ryan versus any old school fighter, I'll take the old school fighter. Oscar over Canelo. Yeah, you know, if it's depending on what weight class it is, but yeah, I have Oscar over Canelo. That jab gonna give Canelo problems. Oscar De La Hoya had a good jab. Now, what I liked about Oscar De La Hoya, man, he fought all his good moves. Like Oscar De La Hoya wanted smoke. He didn't duck no smoke. He didn't duck no smoke, man. Shit. But as a promoter, it's like he doing something totally different. As a promoter, Shane Mosley versus Haney. Oh, Sugar Shane Mosley. Sugar Shane Mosley. I'm saying Sugar Shane Mosley in his prime versus prime Devin Haney. Sugar Shane Mosley all day. All day, Sugar Shane Mosley. Ike Cortez was a bad boy too. Him and Oscar De La Hoya had a classic fight. I think the only reason Oscar De La Hoya won, I think he knocked, did he knock Ike Cortez in that fight? I think he knocked him down, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, though. Because I think Oscar beat him in a split decision. I think he beat Ike Cortez in a split decision. Ike Cortez was a bad boy. But I think did he get a knockdown in that fight? I'm not sure, man. It's been so long, like Anita Baker, been so long. Tommy Jones, what he say? Yes, he did? Okay, okay. Melvin Everett said Ike beat Oscar. Yeah, quite a few people felt that way. I think the knockdown kind of gave him the split. Yeah, but I think the knockdown. He said they both knocked each other down. Okay. I remember Ike Cortez getting knocked down, and I forgot all about Oscar got dropped too. Okay, yeah. You know, I haven't seen that fight in so long, Melvin. I haven't seen that fight in so long, bro. It's been a minute since I seen. Like, you know what I mean? It's been a minute. They knocked each other down in the 7th. Oscar knocked them down again in the 12th. Winky Wright, Charlo. Oh, Winky Wright was a very difficult guy to fight. Very intelligent in the ring. Julian Jackson versus Roy Jones. Roy Jones Jr. in his prime. If it's Roy Jones Jr. in his prime versus the Hulk in his prime, I have to get that ass to Roy. Even though Julian Jackson, even though when he come out, he do that. Even though the Hulk had thunder in his hands, if both of them in their prime, I have to edge it to Roy. Roy Jones in his prime was he was better than. You know, he was that. Roy Jones in his prime was a motherfucker, man. But the Hulk, if the Hulk would have caught, I'm gonna tell you something though. If Julian Jackson would have caught, if he could have timed, if he can time Roy coming in with that leaping left hook that he like to do, shit, you know, we got the Hulk all day. But the Hulk ain't had no chin though. The Hulk ain't had no chin. The Hulk ain't have no goddamn chin, man. That's the only thing. He say Nassim Ahmed versus Prime Floyd. Oh, Pretty Boy Floyd all day. Prince Nassim ain't want to fight Floyd. And they, a lot of them dudes, they didn't want to fight Floyd at that time. Pretty Boy Floyd coming up, them dudes, they didn't want to fight him. Stylistically, Prince Nassim Ahmed, all them. Now the Prince fought some tough guys. I ain't gonna lie. I love the Prince. But when Pretty Boy Floyd was, there's a lot of those guys in that era at that time, they didn't want to fight him. Too fast, too quick. He was just too fast, too quick. Listen, bro, you got to look at some Pretty Boy Floyd fights. That dude had some of the quickest reflexes I've seen since Pernell Whitaker. Since Pernell, like he had Pernell Whitaker-like reflexes. Yeah, the Prince had some really good ring entrances. Yeah. Duran versus Josh Taylor. Oh, Roberto Duran all day. Roberto Duran all day. Mancini versus Gotti. Boom Boom Mancini versus Gotti. I'll go with Boom Boom. I'll go with Boom Boom. Yeah. Floyd was too good. Shout out to DT the Boom. Salute, fam. He said, "Yeah, Floyd over Nassim all day." Yeah, Floyd would have made it. Floyd would have made it a little easy too. He'd have made it a little easy. Tarver versus David Haye. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've never been crazy about Antonio Tarver. Even though Antonio Tarver's from Orlando, he's a Florida boy like myself. I've never been crazy about him. I've never been crazy about Antonio Tarver. His claim to fame, he beat Roy Jones, knocked him out, caught him, timed him real well. But I've never been, you know. Ray Leonard versus Floyd at 47. I take Ray Leonard at 47. I take Ray Leonard at 47 against Floyd. And I take Pretty Boy Floyd. Damn. Well, you know what? I take Ray Leonard. Yeah, I can say that. I take Ray Leonard against Floyd at 47, but I take Pretty Boy Floyd against Ray Leonard at lightweight. In lightweight division. 135, I'll take that. Paul Williams versus Crawford. Paul Williams ain't have no damn chin. Paul Williams ain't have no chin. That's a tough one now. Something telling me I would get an edge to Paul Williams. I'll probably get that edge to Paul Williams. Part of the Paul Williams. Joe Calzaghe versus David Benavidez. Oh, I'll probably give it to Calzaghe. Calzaghe all day. No, listen. No, yeah. He say boom. Bivol versus Felix Strong. I don't know, man. I don't know. He said Calzaghe would beat Canelo. Joe throw too many punches per round. Yeah, Calzaghe was a bad boy. Because see, again, Calzaghe had a high work rate. He was always supremely conditioned, a high work rate. He said now Jones and Tarver doing a podcast together. Yeah, they're doing it together with Paulie Malignaggi. They're doing it with Paulie. He said, Coach, I believe I heard you mention Jim Rohn, to my Jim Rohn a few months ago. Said you learned a lot from him. Were you a clone? I listened to him for years. Yeah, I've been listening to Jim Rohn for years. Jim Rohn, that's Tony Robbins' mentor. I learned a lot about marketing from Jim Rohn. Like I'm a marketer, so and I'm a copywriter. So I study it's I mean bro, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It took me years, but yeah, Jim Rohn, man, is a bad boy, man. I love Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn, Reverend Ike, uh, Jim Rohn. I think Jim Rohn, Reverend Ike, my top two guys, old school guys. He said Benefides want the best smoke. He said I hate Jim Rohn. No, you talking about Jim Rohn, the sports guy. I'm talking about Jim Rohn. Rohn, Rohn. Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn is now you talking about somebody else, fam. Jim Rohn has a background in sales, really a really good motivational speaker. One of the best. He passed away. Yeah. You talking about somebody, we talking about two different people. He said Shakur versus Pryor. Pryor. Costa Zoo versus Josh Saylor. You know, you know what? I'll probably say Zoo. He said no, not wrong from ESPN. Yeah, he talking about Jim. Yeah, he talking about that guy. I say Jim Rohn. Rohn. Duran. Oh, Duran. Yeah, Duran. That's easy. He said, "Hey, coach, you don't really like Tio and his father. I don't blame you." No, that's not true. Teofimo Lopez was my favorite lightweight fighter. I like Teofimo Lopez. I like Tio. I just didn't like all the goddamn excuses when he lost. That's what I didn't like. I didn't like all the excuses. I didn't like no, just the T Diddy stuff, all the T Diddy stuff. Him and his dad, T Diddy. Like I like T Diddy. They funny to me. But but they funny to me. But Teofimo Lopez was my favorite lightweight. Once he beat Vasily Lomachenko, he was the number one guy, as far as I'm concerned. Period. Yeah, man, Zab Zuda versus Spencer Bud. I take Spence and Bud over Zab Zuda. I take Spence and Bud over Zab Zuda. Be honest with you. Yeah, I take Spence and Bud to beat Zab Zuda. Virgil versus Boots. That's a 50-50 fight, fam. That's a 50-50 fight. Pernell Whitaker versus Calzaghe. That's two different weight divisions. They wasn't even the same weight division. Duran versus Pernell. Pernell Whitaker was really, really something special. Really, really something special. Big Rolo, Bud versus Boots to pass the torch. That fight will never happen. That fight ain't gonna happen. I mean, you'll get a better chance of maybe Boots fighting Errol Spence to pass the torch more so than Bud. I don't think neither one of those fights are gonna happen. So Virgil not ready for Boots, maybe. I mean, I think that's a 50-50 fight. Styles make fights. He say Duran versus Pernell, Sweet Pea smaller, right? No. They was in It depends on which weight division you're talking about. What you say, old Broner versus current Tank at lightweight? Tank all day. I say Tank. I say Tank. Even though the old bro, even though the old Broner, even though the old Broner had uh he was fast and quick hands and stuff, but the old Broner was a product of a lot of well, pretty much the same thing that Tank Davis is the product of matchmaking. So Michael Nunn versus Big Charlo. Michael Nunn. Leonard Ellaby versus Hearn. I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna have to get that. So we got Booker Ray Leonard versus Eddie the Hitman Hearn. I'll give it to Eddie Hearn because he's taller, has the reach. I think he'll be more in shape. And Leonard just too goddamn. Aaron Pryor versus Sugar Ray. I don't know, man. I might want to say Aaron Pryor. Leonard versus Bud. Leonard versus Bud. I'll probably say Leonard. I'll probably go with Leonard on that one. Donna Curry versus Jamel. Donna Curry. Donna Curry. Nigel Benn versus Pernell Whitaker. Sweepy. I'll take Sweepy. Ali versus Fury. I say this, not Fury. Say Broner versus Floyd. Oh, Floyd all day. Floyd all day. He said, Coach said it depends on if Aaron has Panama Lewis in his corner. T. Diddy versus Bill Haney. I'll take Bill Haney all day over T. Diddy. Pretty Boy Floyd versus Pernell Whitaker. Now, this is the crazy part about this question, Jose. Pernell Whitaker and Pretty Boy Floyd used to, they used to spar with each other. They sparred with each other when Floyd was coming up. Both of them had cat-like reflexes. Pretty Boy Floyd in his prime, which he was a bad boy, he was a monster, versus Pernell Whitaker in his prime. I'ma still go Pernell Whitaker. He was undisputed at lightweight. I'ma still go Pernell Whitaker. Pernell Whitaker, just like Pretty Boy Floyd was fast as hell, Pernell Whitaker was fast as hell. He said Terry Norris versus Errol Spence. Terry Norris. Yeah. Prime 135, 140, Manny Pacquiao versus Tank or Haney. I don't know, because Tank can crack. Tank got that motherfucking. Tank got a hell of a punch. Maybe he catch Manny Pacquiao leaping in and catch him. I don't know. He can time him. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And then Haney fighting Manny Pacquiao. Shit, maybe he do exactly what Floyd did to him. Maybe Haney fight him exact, because Devin Haney reminds me so much of Mayweather. Not Pretty Boy Floyd, but he boxed very similar to Money May. He said, Coach, Floyd versus the Four Kings. How does it go? What Four Kings? You talking about the old school Four Kings? Talking about the Ray Leonard, those guys? Pretty Boy Floyd gives everybody problems because of his speed, reflexes. He don't beat Hagler. So we ain't got to worry about that. He don't beat Hagler at all, in my opinion. Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Durant coming in there. Roberto Duran. Let's see. Tommy the Hitman Hearns. Hearns keep that jab on him. I'm gonna say all the four Kings beat him. Fuck it. I'm gonna say all the four Kings beat him. All the four Kings beat him. Norris versus Errol. Floyd Patterson was great. Yeah, Floyd Patterson was a bad boy in his day. Then Sonny Liston beat him twice. Ali beat him when he was older. Tommy versus GG. Tommy who? Clubber Lang versus Ivan Drago. I'm gonna just go with Clubber Lang because he talk shit. I'm gonna go with Clubber Lang because he talk shit. Whole lot of more. Frank Bruno versus Chisora. Oh, Frank Bruno. Frank Bruno. Michael Buffer versus Jenny Jr. Yeah. Julian Jackson versus Mel. Yeah, the Hawk. I got the Hawk all day. Swift said Floyd had speed, reflexes, and sick accuracy. Yes, he did. He had that. What about Vladimir Klitschko versus Vitaly? Oh, Vitaly all day. Vitaly was more meaner than Vladimir. Vitaly was better than Vladimir in my opinion. Monzon versus Triple G. Oh, come on, Lisa. You know Monzon. That shit won't even be close. Monzon Triple G. At 135, Duran stops Floyd. 147, much tougher fight. But I got Duran. Yeah, it just depends on when you have them. You know what I mean? Tupac Biggie, coach. Both of them hell of an artist. Say Prime Ali versus 90s great heavyweights. How does it go? I don't know. It depends on who you're talking. It depends on who you're talking about. Great heavyweights. You're talking about Lennox Lewis, Tyson. Well, he'll beat Tyson. Because Tyson only had 3 prime years. From when with Kevin Rooney, that's when he was in his prime. After Kevin Rooney, he wasn't in his prime anymore. So Ali beat him. He said Ali was 6'3". Yeah, I know Ali was 6'3". Yeah. But if you to my prime Ali, he was faster than motherfucker. So Lisa said Lennox Lewis, come on. Yeah, Lennox Lewis was the best of this era. Holyfield versus Wilder. On the real deal. Holyfield had a chin and he was gonna make it ugly. Holyfield had a chin, man. Holyfield could fight. He fought good in the pocket. He could take a punch, know how to roll with punches, know how to smother punches, and fire back with the counters. Holyfield all day. David Haye versus Frank Bruno. Shit, Frank Bruno. At heavyweight, Frank Bruno. Holyfield by headbutts. Holyfield by headbutts, huh? Ali would have buried. Ali would have buried a whole lot of motherfuckers. We talking about prime Ali when he was young. Coach, how could Really Big Daddy Bo have been if he didn't hang it up? I mean, he didn't fight Lennox Lewis, so Big Daddy Bo threw his belt in the garbage to avoid fighting Lennox Lewis. So Major Taylor, Shane Mosley. Major Taylor was one of the best. He was in the Olympics. And Major Taylor was in the Olympics with that 84. He was part of the 84 Olympics team. That's a tough one. Cause Major Taylor was a bad motherfucker. Shane. I'll probably say Major Taylor. when he was in his prime, I guess, you know. Holyfield would have pounded on Wilder after 3/4 rounds. Wilder don't know what to do. He's saying if that fight would happen, yeah, Holyfield was a motherfucker, man. Beautiful. Holyfield fought beautiful in the pocket. Fought beautiful in the pocket. Holyfield had a mean left hook too. Mean left. See, the thing is with Holyfield can take your punch. You know how not get hit clean with it. Like, you see how he fought Big Daddy Bo in the pocket. Big Daddy Bo beat him down. Big Daddy Bo beat him down in the first fight, but that fight was very, very competitive. Very, very competitive. He said, Coach, remember that stable that Lou Duva trained all the Olympians? Yeah, Holyfield, Taylor, and others. Yep, absolutely. Lou Duva had a stable, boy. I could be a Buche versus Holyfield. I could be a Buche was a motherfucker. I could be a Buche was strong as hell. He was running through motherfuckers, man. He was running through motherfuckers, to be honest with you. The thing is, well, I could be a Buche. My question always is, if you can get him late in the championship rounds, you can outwork him. You can outwork him in the championship rounds. See what I'm saying? So I could be a Buche Holyfield in his prime. What would have been a prime Holyfield though? What would have been a prime Evander Holyfield? Come on, let me see something, man. Oh, there we go. You see that 10th round versus Bo, Holyfield sums up Holyfield's whole career in just one round. Yeah, man, Evander Holyfield had the heart of a warrior, boy. Like Evander Holyfield, you can catch him with a good shot and hurt him, and he knew how to recover. And he'll come back, and because Holyfield one of them type dudes, if you catch him with a good shot, he coming back. Usyk versus Holyfield at cruiserweight. Evander Holyfield. That'd have been a good fight though, because Usyk is a motherfucker. Like Alexander Usyk, one of my favorite fighters. He has a really good engine. As the fight goes on, Alexander Usyk gets stronger. But at cruiserweight, I take Holyfield. Holyfield was undisputed. I would have took Holyfield. Holyfield was a bad boy at cruiserweight, just like Usyk. And Usyk is one of my favorite fighters. You say Usyk versus Joshua rematch? Who's going to win? I'm not going to lie to you, man. I think Usyk's going to beat Joshua again. For me, it's up here. For me, it's mentally up here. I just think that Alexander Usyk is mentally more stronger than Anthony Joshua. And don't get me wrong, I would love to see, I would want Joshua to win that fight. But I'm not betting, I won't bet it down. They tell them I'm going to bet on Usyk. I know Robert Garcia gonna help him out a lot, but if Joshua, still don't have it up here, from a mentality standpoint, I'm gonna say Usyk. I can't bet against him no more. Joshua has all the talent, but not the brain. It ain't the brain, it's the heart. He has the heart to get in the ring, but just here, he has to. I don't like how he looks when he got hit with a tough shot. He go to and he can make the adjustments himself. Like whatever game plan they had in the first fight, when he saw that shit wasn't working, He didn't know how to make his own adjustments. It wasn't like, oh man, you know, my team didn't tell me how to do this. My team didn't tell me how to do that. No, at some point in time, everybody has to know, man, this shit ain't working. I need to do something different. And he never did that. He never did that. I got Usyk, man. I got Usyk. And I like Joshua. Joshua's my favorite heavyweight. But I got to ride with Usyk, man. I got to ride with Usyk, man. I just like, you know what I mean? David Tua versus Wilder. David Tua. I take David Tua. The reason why I take Tua, see, because Wilder has stamina issues. He has stamina issues. And David Tua can take a punch. He was not no weak chin motherfucker. So it won't be no, okay, Wilder hit him with the right hand, he went down. No, it won't be that. Not with David Tua. They're going to take Wilder into the later rounds. He's going to gas out, get tired, and they're going to stop him. I'm watching the official new way doing their fight. Watch now. I find a new favorite. Ali versus Fury. Ali. The Martin said AJ likes killing instinct, proved it by outboxing Ruiz in the rematch when he should have just went in there looking for the kill. No, he did what he felt like he had to do to get the victory. Like, to be honest with you, after he got caught the way he got caught the first time against Andrew Ruiz, he'd have been a fool to go back in there doing that same shit, because the only chance that Andrew Ruiz had to fight AJ was to land that shot. If you're not in the range for him to land that shot, you know, you fight according to the competition. You box a puncher, and you punch, and you punch a boxer. You know, you got to box a puncher. You got to, you know what I mean? And then when you someone like a puncher like that, and then when you're dealing with someone that's a boxer, you got to fight that motherfucker. You got to fight him. Lennox has chin issues too, to be honest. Well, he only been knocked out twice. Lennox Lewis only been knocked out once, TKO. Yeah, he only been knocked twice. So, you know, Oliver McCall and Rockburn, that was it. He only been knocked out twice. Because people say that Lennox Lewis was chinny, but he only been knocked out twice. Hagler versus Tony at middleweight. Hagler. Take Hagler. I think more like 6'8". Fury versus Lewis. Y'all didn't answer that question, Kelly. I'll take Lennox Lewis. That jab. Really, really strong jab. Tyson Fury has better footwork. Tyson Fury has better footwork than Lennox Lewis. But if you're looking at the Tyson Fury, it depends which one shows up. If it's a Tyson Fury that fought Wilder, fighting front foot dominant, look, Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis stop him. Lennox Lewis got a monster ass right hand. If it's Tyson Fury dancing, bouncing around the ring, Lennox Lewis is tall as well. He's not 6'9", but he's 6'5". Yeah, I still take Lennox Lewis. I still take Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis with Emmanuel Stewart all day. All day. Rolly versus Tiro Gotti. Anybody over Rolly. Anybody over Rolly. Anybody old school over Rolly. Anybody. I don't care who it is. Kermit the Frog. I take Kermit the Frog. Listen, man, you know what got me? That's the fight we always wanted to see. James Toney versus Bernard Hopkins. Man, we never got a chance to see that fight. We never got a chance to see that fight. I would love to see that fight. I love to see that fight. Shout out to Goodfella TV. Shout out to Goodfella TV. Yeah, man, I would have loved to see that fight, fam. Like with Bernard Hopkins. We wanted that fight so bad back in the day. B-Hop and James Toney. That'd have been a hell of a fight. Crawford versus Trinidad. Crawford versus Trinidad. At welterweights, Crawford. When I looked at that Oscar De La Hoya fight and Trinidad fight, if Oscar De La Hoya wouldn't have Oscar De La Hoya should have fight. He should have won that fight. Oscar De La Hoya, the last three rounds he got on his bicycle. You see what I'm saying? He got on his bicycle the last 3 rounds. And but Trinidad got outboxed. He got outboxed in that fight. You know what I mean? Crawford easily beat Trinidad. Yeah. That footwork get Trinidad problems. 12-round decision. Trinidad gonna be coming forward all night trying to land that left hook. He get time hit with counters. Michael Moore versus Shannon the Cannon Briggs. Shannon Briggs had stamina issues himself. Michael Moore was a very good, slick southpaw boxer. Michael Moore, let me tell you something about Michael Moore. Michael Moore perfected that uppercut under the armpit of the jab. Michael Moore was really good at timing you. Like when you shoot that jab out there, Michael Moore know how to slip that jab and come up under the arm, like when your arm is stuck out there, right? That jab, he knew how to slip that motherfucker and bring the uppercut right up under the armpit and catch under the chin. He was real good at that. Michael Moore was real good at that. Slick, man. He was real slick. But Michael Moore lacked mental toughness, though. Michael Moore lacked mental toughness at times, man. Mark Breland was a bad man, coach. He doesn't get any praise. One of the greatest welterweights. Oh, Mark Breland was shit. Mark Breland was the best out of that 1984 gold medal team that we had in the Olympics and in boxing. Yeah, him, Pernell, William Taylor. Listen, they had Evander Holyfield. Bro, like Mark Breland was that guy. Mark Breland was that guy. Mark Breland was that guy. Yeah, Mark Breland was that guy. But Mark Breland have a chin. He got knocked out. He didn't have a chin. That was He said, "How was that?" He said, "How was that car ride? What can we expect on the first barbershop show?" I gotta go talk to the barber. I gotta go talk to my barbershop. A couple of them I gotta go talk to. He said, "Coach, we'll take on Mark Breland." Now I like Mark Breland. I like Mark Breland a lot, man. Mark Breland is a solid guy. I think he got mistreated by a lot of the YouTube channels and stuff like that. And then Wilder, I didn't like that shit at all. I like that shit, but it is what it is. He said, "How true is it that Errol Spence and Crawford is signed?" Where did you hear that from? Where did you hear that from? Let me know. Where did you hear that from? Because there's a lot of fake information out there on the internet. So, these YouTube channels be putting out some stuff. He said, "What happened to the legit gatekeeper?" Yeah, salam, KO, salam. Pitbull versus Prince. Prince, I seen my man did a lot of stuff in boxing that you should not do. His fighting style You know, just the way he threw punches, bro, the way he left his chin out there. You know, Emmanuel Stewart couldn't do nothing with him. He like, man, this motherfucker ain't listening to nothing I say. He said, hope you're good, family. Love from the UK. Me, man, shout out to you, fam. Shout out to you. Say Bud versus Floyd. Floyd. Pretty boy Floyd all day. If it's pretty boy Floyd, pretty boy Floyd. That's Rolly's favorite boxer. Yeah. He said Pitbull slits. He had no chin. Yeah, he had no chin. He didn't have no chin. That is true. He said, Coach, who you got between Rolly and Blair to Flair? That's gonna be a draw. Rolly Romero versus Blair to Flair, a draw. A draw. that fight so 50-50. Hey, you know what though? Opposite side, that'll be a good fight, Oscar. Oscar, that'll be a good fight. A good fight for the casuals. Have Blair to Flair talking shit, have Rolly talking shit, and have Leonard say, look, it's about putting butt seats. And you know, Rolly Romero, you saw he gave Tank. Some would say that he was actually in that fight. Someone say he was actually winning that fight. Yeah, man, shit. Yeah, man, yeah, that should be so goddamn 50-50. Yeah, you know what, man? Just throw a coin in the air. Whatever side it land on, that's who's gonna win. Heads or tails. You might throw the coin in the air, and that shit will stay. Oh man. Ryan Garcia going to beat Tank. Yeah, shit. Is Garcia gonna get in the ring? That's the thing, shit. I mean, Ryan Garcia might beat him on Instagram. He might beat him putting on makeup, putting on that ride liner, or that Garcia lip gloss. But shit, would he get in the ring? That dude can't much. You know, this guy pulled out of 3 fights last year. Between him and his promoter, I don't believe shit neither one of them say. On Jay Styles side, I just looked up Spence versus Bud. They are still trying for a November date fight. Yeah, you say I don't even talk about that shit. I don't talk about Spence or Crawford. For what? Same old. We taking so long to try to get this fight, and you see all these fights being made left and right. Man, I don't even talk about that shit, man. Fuck it. Tank versus Bud at 135. Bud. I made him quit. He said, man, I just finished watching New De La Hoya interview. He delusional. He said November, he wants to make it happen. Huge paycheck, he said, but wants it on the zone and Showtime. Yeah, I ain't, man. See, Oscar De La Hoya, man, he gonna go back. He gonna go back to snorting coke and wearing fishnets. I ain't about to take Oscar De La Hoya serious. He's a joke. Richard Schaefer was the one running that shit over there, and Oscar De La Hoya is a joke. I don't shit Oscar De La Hoya say. And it's a shame because when Oscar De La Hoya was a fighter with top rank, he was their favorite fighter. Oscar De La Hoya was Bob Arum's favorite fighter. That was his guy. You see what I'm saying? Because he was a draw with the Hispanic community. You see what I'm saying? But but as a promoter, he's the total opposite of what he was when he was a fighter. You see what I'm saying? He was a great fighter, but he's a horrible promoter, bro. Oscar De La Hoya is. So you get what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You see what the fuck time it is? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Damn, I know it was 10. Hey, man, well, look here, man. It's 10 o'clock, man. You know what I mean? I'm fixing to go ahead and turn it on in, man. Sleep, man. Holla at y'all, man. Peace, man. Everybody take it easy. We don't knock it out another 2 hours. This is what three shows we did today. The Inoue versus Nonito Donaire. Shit, that fight, shit. And we got over 50,000 views on that. Like, there's a lot of people watching that. You know what I mean? So, Canelo versus Roy Jones. Roy Jones 7 days a week and twice on Sundays. Shit, that shit won't even be close. Canelo in his prime, Roy Jones in his prime. Roy Jones all day long. Salute, fam, man. Peace out, everybody. Hey, guys, we going live tomorrow at 3 o'clock. You know how we do it. And we're going to have another pop-up like this here. I'm going to be shooting videos like this all the time. Just pop it up on the cell phone. We're going to talk boxing. Other than that, that's it. It's the boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. Peace, man. See you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.